everybody, today on my anime top 5, I'm going to talk about my top 5 mecha animes. This review was requested by Yojimbo16, and I hope that he enjoys this video. Did you know that the two people who started the mecha genre in anime were Mitsuteru Yokoyama, who created Tetsugen 28, aka Gigantor, and Go Nagai, who created Mazinger Z. And it's because of them the mecha genre rises into the anime industry. And it is getting an amazing following into the anime industry. And it's basically about giant robots that are piloted by people and being helped by other people whooping some whatever ass. And now I'm going to tell you guys what mecha anime that I find totally kick-ass, and please note there will be spoilers. Number 5 goes to Gurren Lagann. Deep within the underground of the Earth's surface, there is an underground village where two guys named Simone and Kamina want to go to the Earth's surface, but they were forbidden to go. When all of a sudden a giant monster from above comes out of nowhere and this beautiful, sexy woman named Yoko appears. And Simone, with the help of this giant robotic head that he found, where he kills a monster, goes to the surface with his friend Kamina and Yoko, and now they are involved in a battle of epic proportions that will lead to the fate of the Earth and humanity. This has got to be the manliest anime that I have ever seen. It has everything that the manliest of men would ever want. There's action, adventure, guns, babes, characters that are totally in your face, giant mecha action, and explosions. But besides that, the best thing about this anime is the friendship. Like when you see Simone and Kamina involved in this brotherly friendship, not only towards each other but also to the people around them, they prove to them and themselves that working together for something that you believe in is worth fighting for. Whether it be saving the people that you love, saving humanity, saving the planet, hell, even saving the whole universe, by opening a can of mecha whoop-ass. Which is why I definitely recommend that you guys check out Gurren Lagann. It's really that cool. Number 4 goes to Gaiking, Legend of Daikyu Maru. In the city by the seaside, there is a young boy named Daya. Everybody, including his own mother, thinks that he's crazy because when he was a little younger, his father was taken away by a monster while he and his dad were on a fishing trip. Suddenly, monsters start attacking the city, and he goes off to kill him with a fishing spear. Then all of a sudden, a giant dragon robot appears, and it swallows Daya, and its head transforms into a giant robot, which is known as Gaiking, a powerful robot that Daya pilots. And now he joins the crew of the giant robot Daikyu Maru, and now he must battle monsters, robots, and people from another world called Darius, in order to save the world. Now when I was young, I saw this little cartoon called Formation, but in reality it was an old TV series called Gaiking. And I always wondered if I would watch this old anime again. And now they came back with a remake with a 2005 TV show. It's like an old school anime was given a 21st century makeover. Now, I will admit that this anime is made for a younger audience and the animation looks somewhat childish, but it has a great combination of robots fighting monsters and rock and roll battle music. And that is like the coolest combination ever. Plus, this anime has one of the coolest mecha anime pilots that I've ever seen, Daya Suwabuki. This kid to me is like 1,000 times better than Shinji Ikari. He's brave, he has a lot of guts, and he even wants to take on monsters with or without his mecha. And when you hear him scream his superpowers like Hydro Blazer, man, it's so badass. I mean, why can't all the pilots in the anime be like this? Rather than having all those psychologically tortured teenagers that you watch these days. You know, the ones that mope and whine and say how their life is totally screwed. Hell, even Daya, his life is totally screwed when people said that, you know, he believes in monsters, but he won't take that crap down. I mean, when he sticks to something, he sticks to it, and he don't care what you people think. Anyway, if you guys get a chance, check out Gaiking, The Legend of Daikyu Maru. for some rock and roll robot action. Number 3 goes to Lion Force Voltron. Voltron tells the story of 5 space explorers that were captured by the evil Zarkon, ruler of the planet Doom. They escaped planet Doom and ended up on the planet Eris, where they meet Princess Allura at a castle. She has 5 robot lions that when they're transformed as one, they become Voltron, defender of the universe. And Voltron will take on these evil road beasts that was sent by King Zarkon. This anime is an Americanized version of an anime called Go Lion. Now I have to be honest, I don't remember much about Voltron, but I do remember how much I loved watching this when I was a kid. I mean, 5 lions transforming into one robot? That is just awesome! That is like the greatest idea ever! Also, I love the epic music about this anime. It's totally forged into my mind. It's really that epic. It's powerful and it's brilliant, especially when you see the opening and when the lions transform into Voltron. And one of the most awesome abilities about Voltron is that he can form a blazing sword by putting his hands together like this. And it just comes out like that. It's like out of nowhere. That is just unbelievable. So anyway, if you're looking for a nostalgic mecha anime, I suggest you check this out. And I also highly recommend that you check out the original version, Go Lion. Oh, and if you're gonna ask, what do I think about Vehicle Force Voltron? Yeah, the thing is, seeing vehicles transform into one giant robot, that's not really interesting. Plus, there were just way too many characters in that anime. Oh, and I also heard that they are going to make a live-action film of Lion Force Voltron, and I can't wait to see that. Number 2 is just lucky enough to be on this top 5. It's Evangelion 2.0. And by the way, I would really appreciate it if people didn't correct me when I say Evangelion. You know, to me it's just tomato, okay? Taking place after the events of the first film, Shinji Ikari accepts himself as the pilot of EVA Unit 1. But now he has a little competition from other EVA pilots that appeared as well. One is Asuka Langley, who pilots EVA Unit 2. And she's constantly looking down at everybody, especially Shinji. The other is Mari Makinami, a confident pilot that enjoys every moment she is in an EVA unit and beating down angels. Now I just want to say I have a love-hate relationship with this particular anime franchise. For one thing, the TV series, around the first half was awesome, the second half was sort of a letdown. Death and Rebirth, to me, was a ripoff, and the end of Evangelion left me depressed for 3 days, and believe me, I really blame Hideaki Anno for that moment. Now, the first rebuild of Evangelion movie, for me, I felt that it was just the first few episodes of the original TV series in high definition with 2D and CG animation combined. It wasn't bad or anything, but I have to admit it does tell you that something big and new is coming around. And then came this movie. And for me, this was it. This was the ultimate Evangelion movie that I was waiting for. It has everything. Drama, epic mecha battles, old and new angels, the religious symbolisms, the brilliant mixture of 2D and CG animation combined, plot twists, some character development, and most important of all, an EVA pilot that isn't psychologically traumatized. Yet. Now I don't want to spoil anything else, but all I have to say is that if you're an Evangelion fan, or if you're not an Evangelion fan, check this anime out. It's actually that awesome. Like Godzilla awesome. It will just blow your freaking mind. And my number 1 mecha anime goes to Robotech, the TV series. Robotech tells the story of various people taking on an alien race. The first season tells the story of a young pilot named Rick Hunter and the crew of a space fortress called the SDF-1 as they battle giant aliens called the Zentradi. The second season, which takes place years after the first season, tells the story of Dana Sterling, a half-human, half-Zentradi and leader of the 15th Squadron, take on an alien race called the Robotech Masters, who came to the Earth to get the Invid flowers of life. And the final season, which takes place years after Season 2, where Scott Bernard, a brave pilot and soldier, with a ragtag of misfits, take on the Invid who has taken over the planet Earth. This anime is an Americanized version of 3 particular shows: the Macross TV series, Sun and Cross, and Genesis Climb and Mospeada. Man, I love the Robotech series ever since I was a kid. This is one of those animes which has one of the most coolest vehicle transformations that I've ever seen. I mean, you have an airplane transforming into a robot, you have tanks transform into robots, and you even have motorcycles that turn into this battle suit. It makes me wish that stuff like this could actually happen in real life. Not only that, the best thing about this anime is the drama and the conflict, and how it not only affects the main characters, but also the characters around them, and how war has affected their lives and the many choices that they had to make, whether it will end up being a good scenario or even a bad one. And of course, the battle scenes are awesome. I just love seeing the mechas transform and taking on all these evil aliens. And speaking of aliens, out of all the aliens that they had to battle, my favorite aliens were the Invid in the Season 3 of Robotech. The reason why I love them is because they look like these metallic crab-like thingies, and they have that one eye which totally creeps me out. Anyway, if you want to mecha animes with aliens, war, and great character drama, I suggest you definitely check this out. And I also highly recommend that you check out the original animes that they were based on. So that was my top 5 mecha animes. I would like to hear what are your top 5 mecha animes. See you guys around.